Hey, um, I'm not gonna, I don't have a script. I don't even know what I'm gonna talk about. But, um, one thing that's really disgusting that's happening right now is what is happening in a brain, especially when considering what has been happening in Libya, where Libya received so much attention, and where in Bahrain, I now check on Google News and there's nothing about that. As far as I can remember, there wasn't anything on that on Google News. And yet, it's probably far worse than how it was in Libya. There are like protesters who are just it's a worst case scenario. You could say peaceful protesters being beaten, tortured, raped in the prisons. I mean, yeah, it's a worst case, and yeah, it's not being shown just because of the whole political slash economic agenda. You could say, yeah. So that's why the U.S. is going to do anything about it. That's why the media is going to do anything about it. I mean, yeah. I just want to say that in an equal money system, an equal money society, in an equal money life, where if I'm in an equal money system right now, everyone would have equal power. There wouldn't be any weapons, you could say, any armies, any technology for killing people allowed, since we're all equal. There's no point in killing someone, torturing someone, raping someone who's equal to you. So yeah. That's what the system is based on. That's why if we voted democratically, we could actually decide to stop weapons that kill people, or decide to stop armies which are designed to kill people. And we could focus on more important matters, like education for one, where why the Taliban are attacking the US? I mean, from what I understand, like they see the US as this greedy, materialistic society. It's gonna, I don't know, it's evil in itself based on those 2 points, you could just say. And yeah, that's true. So yeah, come destroy us. I would say that's a good thing actually. So then at least there'd be less people we have to worry about in the world. At least the more rich ones. Anyway. So yeah, if we focus on educating people, we wouldn't be a materialistic society. We wouldn't be in the situation where we all are not even properly educated and where we cannot even express ourselves. We can't even express ourselves without even knowing the starting point of this world. No one's educated on this world. Within 2 weeks, I learned more on the internet looking at YouTube videos than I spent probably the last 3 years in college. More practical, useful information that I remember and retains. Yeah, that's true. So, how long would it take to educate a human being? Maybe, I would say, half the time, maybe even a year for the most basic educations. At least the ones when you're already adultish age. I mean, besides like the basic tools in order to grasp new information like reading and math, then from there you start learning the new principles, learning more information, and then you could go learn yourself. I mean, you could even teach yourself how to learn how to read and write. There's a school that apparently has no teachers whatsoever, and all the children actually teach themselves everything. Yeah, they do. They teach themselves everything, even to read. So, um, imagine that. A world where everyone's educated to their fullest. Everyone has a voice for once. No one, if you want to argue about free speech, like if, for example, you write a comment here and I need to approve it. If you want to talk about free speech, talk about freaking, how can you even speak freely if you don't even know what you're fucking talking about? You don't even know what you're fucking talking about. You have to first find out, look, and understand the other person's perspective and the reasons why before you can even open your goddamn mouth. Seriously. Free speech is bullshit if it's not based on anything commonsensical like that. What I just said, common sense. So yeah, I do not support your free speech if it's not based on honest self-expression, self-honest expression in the moment within common sense. So get real. I mean, yeah. So, for one example, just one example of where people are not considering what's, let's say, living as real, that means actually knowing what actually can have an effect on the world. Right now, it's only through money. That's why the world is how it is, because those who has money are keeping it that way so they can keep making more money. That's why, let's say, Red Cross uses their money. I mean, there's even charities that use their money for, you could say, profit, where that some people actually steal the money. And also how it's allocated isn't as efficient as it could be. Um, Ideally, instead of having to fight people with money, we just change a system where their money becomes useless because it isn't actually the value of life. Their money has become the value of demand and supply, which are fictitious. Supply is unlimited. Human labor is unlimited. Human labor is the most greatest resource there exists. The demand is just what is desired for a moment. I mean, you could always make more. The idea of scarcity has been implanted in us, thinking that, oh, yeah, you're right, capitalism. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, think about it. You get a toaster, and in 1 year it's worth $10, another year it's worth $100. Even though the person who made it spent the same time making it, under the same condition, and received the same pay, isn't that the most bullshit thing you ever heard? Really, the price of toaster should be how much it actually costs to make, not how much they decide to sell it to you, so that they can use their money and therefore pull in all the profit, and therefore you have CEOs who are jogging, you know, who you could just look at the CEO of BP, for example. I mean, I mean, even Obama, I mean, what is he even doing? I mean, I mean, he's just as much manipulated by money as anyone else in the political Congress system. I mean, all these leaders, CEOs, corporations, I mean, everyone is just in it for the money. I mean, and what's even worse is people who think that equality can't work is because they think that they will lose their individuality. I mean, you can't ever lose your individuality. I mean, the worst that could happen is you become a capitalistic greedy pig, or you become enslaved to one. Which is currently what you are right now. I mean, unless maybe you're in the middle zone where you're just comfortable enough where you don't complain and don't really think the capitalist system should change, or you're just comfortable enough, or your life isn't that bad, or yeah. So yeah, which is a really small number of people, which seems will keep getting smaller as this economic disaster keeps unraveling, which will happen slowly but surely, and people will start crying and realizing, what the fuck has been happening? Why are we being screwed over? Oh shit, sorry.